Hi everybody, welcome back to the garden. Steve from Reverbnation Films. I'm here with Layla. We're outside. It's beautiful out. It's just about 75, 80 degrees. And we're going to have a nice couple days of temperatures, but it's going to start raining. So I want to get this done while it's still nice and sunny. What we're going to do is we're going to take the plastic off of our beds today. The whole reason I did the plastic in the first place was to try to eliminate and get a fresh start, eliminate any seeds that might have been in the soil from last year, and that way it all starts nice and fresh. So we're going to take that plastic off, and then we're going to amend the soil for the year. So what does that mean? That means adding your nutrients for the year. That's what we're going to be going over today, and I'm going to show you how I do it. It's relatively cost effective, it's pretty cheap, pretty easy, pretty quick too, and you don't need any real special tools, although I do have a nice new $10 tiller that I'll show you, and it's something you can get at any of the value stores around. So I hope you guys join us for today's episode. If you do, if you enjoy what we're doing, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for stopping by. Layla, come outside, check the bugs. So today we're going to be taking the plastic off of our soil and we're going to be amending it. So that is going to mean pulling out things like this grass. We're also going to add fertilizer to the top, specifically the cow manure with humus. That's the stuff we've been also using to mix with our topsoil for our containers. I'm just going to spread that over the top and till it in. So hopefully we're going to see what this looks like underneath. I have not removed the plastic yet. I'm hoping that just this grass is all that may survive, because this is just poking out of the edge of the plastic. I'm hoping that underneath it'll be nice bare black dirt. We'll see very shortly. Nice. So you can see almost exactly how I left it. Nothing's really grown up in it too much with the exception of the edges. And this is where we're going to be adding our compost. So what I got here is a $10 tiller. This I got from a local store. It's a national chain of traditionally dollar stores, but sometimes they sell gardening equipment, and sometimes it's pretty decent for what it is. You know, I didn't need anything special. I didn't need anything big and crazy. You can get electronic versions of these or gas-powered versions of these that really do a number and really till up the soil. But all this is just soil that I've laid with my own hands in these beds. So I know there's not much in it, so I don't really have to worry too much. It has sunk quite a bit. So I do have both cow manure and topsoil I'm going to be adding to fill up the beds. And then as soon as everything is ready to go, which is going to be like, I'm going to give it probably 48 hours to settle, and then I'll start planting in there. The next 3 days we're supposed to get rain. So I'm doing this today for two reasons. One, we need a video. And two, the rain will help settle this down and get it to be nice and ready for when the plants go in. We want to have a nice, good soil structure. We want it to layer correctly. We want those nutrients to get down into the dirt. So before I add my cow manure and possibly topsoil, I'm going to just do a quick tilling just to get the ground moving and see, like, you know, if there's anything else I need to do with it. This is also the point where I may go inside and grab some pellet fertilizer and sprinkle that over the whole top once I've got it mixed up, because I know that I'm going to mix it up again once I have the cow manure in there. Do you need to mix up this many times? Do you need to till this many times? Probably not. And there are a lot of methods that are called like no-till method, for example, where they promote never tilling, and they seem to get really good harvests out of it. But I don't know, I just feel like I feel better as a gardener knowing that I've created from scratch every year the best possible growing conditions that I can. If I was doing something on a factory scale, maybe I would want to incorporate a no-till into it. I'd also probably want to incorporate a different way of doing my composting. I'm not really too sure, but you know, those are things that I'm going to worry about in the future. For right now, I'm just going to keep on doing what I've been doing, and that's going to start with tilling up this bed. What you see in here right now is just some leftover mulch from last year, which is mulch shredded straw, and then also some leaves. So nothing that I have to worry about. This is all stuff that I'd rather have in the soil anyway, because it will compost and break down over time. So I'm just going to do a quick tilling and mix this up, and then we're going to go grab our cow manure. We're going to pour that over the top, and then see if we need to add topsoil to it as well. It depends on just how crazy it looks in the end as far as how much it's sunk. One thing that happens with raised beds is they will sink over time. There's two things that cause that. One is the natural settling of your soil as it goes down. If you've ever noticed, rocks come up and soil comes down. So that's why every year when you mow your lawn, you go, damn it, that rock wasn't here last year. You're probably right. It probably wasn't. It was just underneath the soil, and now it's pushed up enough where it's coming up now. Same thing happens with your beds, where the soil will compact and drop down, and other things may start to come up underneath it. That's why we typically start a bed with a layer of cardboard to act as a barrier, both for plants and then hopefully anything else that's coming up underneath. Okay, everybody, so we're just about ready to add the fertilizer. This is going to be the granular fertilizer I'm going to add. Granular fertilizer takes a long time to break down and be useful for your plants. So you can't really rely on this right away. There's a lot of people that will put things like broken eggshells or handfuls of this sort of stuff underneath the spot where they grow their plants. Can't be a bad idea, I guess, but it takes time for that to get released and worked into the soil. So I'm going to add it right now while I'm tilling first thing in the season and just scatter shot it across the whole thing. That way there's some in here already, and then I can top dress my plants as I go, just to keep sure that they're going to be getting more nutrients every time that they get watered or it rains, and takes up those nutrients down into the soil. So this isn't the best stuff to breathe in, so I'm glad the wind's blowing the other way today. There's bone meal in it. Bone meal is probably not good for your lungs. And I'm trying not to just like straight dump like this. I guess a controlled dump's okay. So I'm gonna get a nice covering over everywhere. And now you understand why I'm going to be tilling up after I add the other 2 bags of stuff very soon. So that's all I need to do for this for now. There's a pretty good layer. I'm not putting any plants in right away, so I'm not too worried about it. After a few days of rain, you know, this will really soak into the soil and start to break down and start providing nutrients. And when the sun comes back out, I'd say like forecast is saying Friday, Saturday, I'll be able to come out and put my plants in the ground and get started. This same process I'm going to do on all the beds. We're just worried about this particular bed today. So this is the cow manure we're going to be using. It's very balanced. It's 5-5-5. 5-5-5 means that it's 0.5, so it's even a little bit more balanced and ready to be used. But basically what that means is that for every 5 nitrogen particles in here, there's 5 potassium and 5 phosphorus, which makes up all of your main nutrients that your plants need. So we're going to cover this whole bed with this compost, and we're going to go ahead and get that going, and then we're going to till it up some more and see if we need to add anything else. So just like the manure, we're going to be using this topsoil. This is going to obviously go on top. We're also going to till it up some as well. And then I'll let sit for a day or 2 in the rain, see if it sinks again. If it sinks again, I'll add more. If not, then I'll just add one more top dressing, maybe even my compost, if I have the ability to pull out the old stuff and get it properly turned. I can actually show you that in the next video, possibly too. But We're going to be just adding this topsoil across the top, tilling it up one more time and getting it to stay. This stick here keeps getting exposed and it's not very much broken down at all, so I'm just going to get rid of that one. Oh well. All right, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so glad you came to join us today. So I wanted to cover some of the points that we did today. Reason that we're doing this at all, obviously, is to be able to grow nice stuff out of our garden. But the reason that we didn't want to just use what we had from last year is because other things already grew in it. So it's going to use up the soil, and you don't really have a lot of nutrients left, so you want to add more nutrients. That's why we went ahead and we tilled up the old soil, making it so it was able to get all the nutrients down as far as we can. And then I added a layer of granular fertilizer, which included bone meal. And then also we added a layer of compost, cow manure compost, and topsoil. So by mixing all that in, we're setting up a really good soil for the year. What are we going to put in here? I'm not exactly sure. Could be some version of possibly my hot peppers I could do over here. I could do some other things. I'm not sure. I've got shade cloth, so I may try to make like a teepee over it with shade cloth and do my lettuces in here. I really hadn't decided. Last year it was pumpkins and peas, and the pumpkins kind of overgrew the whole entranceway into the garden and became a real nuisance. So we're trying to avoid that this year. Another thing that we were doing, why I covered the beds in the first place, was because I grew too many sunflowers and a lot of the heads fell and hit the soil. So I'm sure a lot of seeds got into the soil. We want to get rid of as many of them as possible. But this is how we're going to do it. We added our topsoil, our cow manure, we tilled it all up, we added the fertilizer, and we're going to see after the next couple days of rain how far it settles down. Because that'll tell me how many more bags of soil I might need to get, and keep repeating that process and just layering cow manure, topsoil, cow manure, topsoil. So this is all just prep for the season. Very happy to be outside growing again, and very soon I'll have nice green stuff to start showing. I've already got a good strong start with my plants inside. They're all ready to get planted. They've all been hardening off over the last week. I just want to make sure my soil is good and ready before I put them in. I don't want to put them in with too little soil so the roots can't grow deep enough. I don't want them to not have enough nutrients and cause some kind of bad growth and have to try to redress that with liquid fertilizers. I'm just going to go ahead and let the rain settle this down for me and know that I nutrient packed it for the season. And then as I plant my plants, I can top dress and use things like my kitchen scraps to be able to keep feeding the soil. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope this content was good for you. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and we really appreciate all the comments we get. If you have any topics you'd like to see, you can always put those in the comments below as well. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and the best of luck in whatever you're up to.